Hello, Russell here at Southwest Optics in Torbay, and this is part 2 of our look at the BTX system, and we'll continue to dive into that in more detail in the future. But for now, we're going to look at part 2, which is really going to consider the merits of using the 95mm objective module from Swarovski in conjunction with the BTX. And as you may imagine, the light gathering potential of the 95mm compared to the 65 and the 85 is really quite significant. There's a huge diameter there that's really going to help perform in lower light conditions thanks to the increased exit pupil of 2.7mm at the eye. Now, the beauty of the binocular version of spotting rather than using a telescope is, as we said in part 1 of the video, it's going to afford you a more relaxed view for prolonged periods of time. So not only are you not having to close one eye, but also you're using a more natural way of viewing the world for a prolonged period of time and taking in that nice wide field of view. So as a result of that, this 2.7mm exit pupil is slightly less than if you were using the 85mm objective. Now, why is that? Well, that's because with this larger objective, your magnification goes up on the eyepiece from 30 times to 35 times magnification. So there's this really sweet trade-off there of increasing that magnification, just allowing you to see that little bit further into the distance with no real compromises. So a very smart design choice from the team at Swarovski. And as a result, the 95mm objective as well is not particularly that heavy, much of an increase in weight, because that in itself is only 1.340 kilos, so just over a bag of sugar. And in addition, with the eyepiece, the whole system is less than 3 kilos, 2.760 kilograms. So a very light and high light gathering system for sea watching or observing at distance. But then, as you've obviously noticed, here is Swarovski's flagship objective eyepiece combination. So just give you a little bit of a closer look at the eyepiece system, because you have an adjustable forehead rest here which you can dial in and out, which allows for maximal comfort and support of your head as you use the item for a prolonged period of time. Don't know if you can see it dial in and out to your custom physiology and as required. But it also makes for a more relaxed view because it helps support the weight of your head, as well as creating a more stable image. What you really want to achieve with something as beautiful as the 115, yes, 115mm diameter objective. So how much does that weigh? Well, that's 2.1 kilos on the objective alone, but in conjunction with the eyepiece, that's 3.520 kilos. So for just over 3.5 kilograms, you've got a fantastic exit pupil of more than 3mm. That's 3.2mm. So in other words, in the day, your eye may dilate to about 2.5mm, something like that, maybe a little more, and up to about 3mm. So certainly this is going to give you the maximum amount of light that you can hope to achieve from this system. As we've said, you've got forehead rest adjustment for support for your head and for stable image. And also you've got the ability to adjust your interpupillary distance, or the distance between your two eyes, to customize that for whoever's viewing through, along with adjustable eye cup height for maximum eye relief comfort. And finally, you also have a diopter adjustment to compensate your right and left eye matching. So a superb system with a pre-sighting visualization guide, a center focusing system for very fine tuning of your focus of your shorebirds, or looking out to sea, or wherever you may choose to use this really illustrious piece of equipment from Swarovski. So come and try it in person. We actually have an open day on the 16th of April this year of 2025. You'd be welcome to come and try it in anger and just see for yourself how relaxed and how refined the image is from this superbly designed piece of optical engineering. Come and try it in person, and I look forward to meeting you in our showroom in Torbay. Thanks very much for watching.